you ever had a time in your life when you knew that you had to make a change? This is the story of that time in life for me. It's 2015, and I open my eyes to a gloomy, dark morning. I turn over to the right, and there's a slither of light that sneaks through that really annoying gap between the bottom of the blind and the windowsill. You know the one. As I lie there, my heart starts pounding. My head is thumping. And I feel that familiar sense of anxiety and dread looming up, casting a shadow over me. I reach over in the bed to my partner, Harry, for some support. I'm just feeling so dreadful. But as I reach over, that side of the bed is cold. He's not there. And the truth is that I don't know if he was there at all last night, because I just don't remember going to bed. I remember going to the party. I remember my friend Kate, as I went in, swinging the red wine around. "Come on over, Michaela," she said. "Come on over." She said, "I love this stuff. I drink when I'm happy. I drink when I'm sad. I drink when I'm lonely. I drink when I'm bored. It's just brilliant. It does it for me every time." I sat down with her and we laughed and we joked. Me and Kate, we're the life and souls of the party. Well, we all are, aren't we? And the night went on. And I remember dancing with Janet's husband at some point. I remember that. I remember her scowling in the corner. I don't really remember anything after that, though. Glimmers and glimpses, a shout here, a holler there, a "Mum, stop it," but nothing else. And I lie there trying to piece together the shards of that night. No, I can't. Where's Harry? Where is he? Did I do anything awful? I don't know. I am parched. I need some water. So I crawl out from the sheets, grab a gown and pad across the landing, down the stairs, across the hall, down the corridor. And there's this light coming from under the kitchen door. Somebody's up. I don't know what time it is. Early hours of a winter morning? I don't know. I open the kitchen door and there's Harry, sitting at the kitchen table with his arm round my son Josh. And Josh has got tear-stained red eyes. And I just look at them all and I go, "Guys!" You know, in that tone of voice that's just a little bit over-enthusiastic and happy. It's an okay, everything's okay kind of voice. "Guys," I say, "what's the matter? Is everything okay? What happened?" Harry just looks at me. "Michaela, don't you remember?" "Remember what?" I say lightly, feeling the gloom and dread rise up in me. "This has got to stop," he says. "This has got to stop." "Don't you remember getting home from the party?" Have you ever had a time in your life when you knew that something had to change? I started to investigate. I started to look into it. Did I really have a problem? Didn't everyone drink? Wasn't this just what we did? High-functioning, intelligent, ambitious people, partying. Isn't this what we do, having fun? Isn't this what we do to relieve stress? I didn't get it. Maybe there was just something wrong with me. A couple of months later, Harry and I were taking a walk. It was a cold February morning. One of those where the white clouds were billowing across the sky, racing each other. Despite the sunshine, Harry and I were walking with a big black cloud between us called the night before. And as we walked to the wall that looks out over the sea. And I remember, as I stand there now, with my elbows on the wall, I'm looking out to sea, and Harry says to me, "I can't do this anymore, Michaela. It's over." And I turn to him in that lighter and brighter voice. "What do you mean it's over, Harry? What's over? You're not enjoying the walk?" "We're over, Michaela. I can't do this anymore. I can't do the unpredictability of your behaviour. I can't do the coming home from work every night and you being halfway or a full way down a bottle of wine. I can't do the what happens later in the evening. I can't do the arguments. I can't do the morning apologies. I just can't do any of it anymore. It's over." And as he walks off, the whole of the last 30 years of my life flash before me. And I realise that every event that ever went wrong, everything that ever caused any pain, there was one common denominator in all of it: alcohol. Despite the achievements, despite the success, despite having it all, there was this one thing in the middle of it all, causing destruction and damage to me, my loved ones, and everybody around me. As I stand there now, looking out to sea, I have that moment. Have you ever had a moment in your life where you knew that whatever it took, you have to change? This is my moment. And so I made a promise to Harry that I would change. I didn't know how. I was terrified, but I made the decision. I contacted AA. I spoke to a lovely guy on the phone called John. "Hello? Yes, is this AA? Yes, I think I've got an alcohol problem. I don't know if I'm an alcoholic, is that right?" Alcoholic. It's a disease, is it? Right. Day by day, one day at a time? And you've done 11 years and 260 days. Well done, John. That sounds like an achievement. Well done. Yeah. Lifelong recovery. Really? Okay. Thank you. Well done, John. Well done. Thank you for your time. Thank you. I have a disease. I have a lifelong label. I need to be in recovery for the whole of my life. There must be another way. There must be another way. I used to smoke. I smoked for 20 years. I was addicted to nicotine. I stopped smoking. Am I in lifelong recovery as a smokeaholic? I just want to stop drinking. I went to my GP. My doctor went through a questionnaire. Do you drink in the morning, Michaela? No, not often, I said. Sometimes, if I'm going on a trip with the girls, or if it's Christmas Day, or birthday, or anniversary, or big celebration. But no, not generally. Right. Well, I suggest then, Michaela, that you just cut down. You just cut down how much you're drinking and yes, use willpower. Well, I'd tried that, hadn't I? I tried that. I tried putting a little line on the bottle so I didn't drink any more. I tried all those things. Tried not drinking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, it lasted a while, but I'd done all that. And then I went to see a counsellor. He went through the same questionnaire and then started trying to root around in my past for huge, enormous trauma to explain why I had this problem in the first place, why I had become addicted to a highly addictive drug. No, that didn't work. None of it worked. And I'm a scientist, and I'm an executive coach. I'm a master's level coach. So I started to investigate. I started turning the coaching back on myself. I started asking myself the questions. I started using my science to delve into the science of addiction, into the science of alcohol, into the psychology, into the neuroscience. I started investigating and I dived into it all. I immersed myself in it. On my bookshelf are hundreds of books. I read the British Medical Journal. I read the Lancet. I read every article on addiction. I read the big book, written in 1939. I went right back to the very first therapies on addiction, investigating, analysing. Some 5 months later, surrounded by paperwork, in the middle of all of that, everything suddenly clicked. And I got it. And in that moment, on that day, I was completely free of it all. And I remember because I walked outside into my garden and I opened my arms wide. And I just looked up to the sky and I went round and round and round. I didn't need to count days. I didn't need to spend my life in recovery. I needed to learn how to adapt to the world, a world where everybody drinks. The drunk planet. But I was free. And so too can be you, and so too can be your loved ones, and so too can be your employees and your colleagues. Thank you for listening to my story. I'm Michaela Weaver, Chief Executive of the Alcohol Coach and founder of the Calibration Shift and the Social Secret.